I'm Shannon Peterson. I am a Teen Services Librarian at the Port Orchard Branch Library, and I am here with...
Hi, my name is Sydney Allen, and I'm a junior at North Kitsap High School.
And we're here today to talk to Sydney because she was one of the winners in our Write On Teen Short Story Contest, which happens every summer at Kitsap Regional Library. So we're just going to do a little conversation, and then we'll hear her winning essay. So Sydney, are you from Poulsbo originally?
I am born and raised in Poulsbo. I have lived here my entire life, and I wouldn't change it at all.
Awesome. So can you tell me a little bit about your writing background? Have you always been a writer?
Well, it sounds very, very strange when I say it out loud, but when I was in elementary school, I liked to write poetry, not necessarily the darker stuff, but I liked to write kind of the Dr. Seuss style, and it just made me really happy. It made my teachers happy, and I just kept going. And then in middle school and late elementary school, I started reading stuff like Edgar Allan Poe. I still love him. And I just really got into the spirit of it, and then that evolved into short stories once I had to learn to write for school and writing essays, and here I am.
Awesome. I can see actually in your work, and viewers, you will be able to see that that there is a kind of lyricism in your writing. I can see that you are a reader of poetry for sure. So I guess you kind of got into this, but what inspired you to write this story?
Originally I had written a different short story that was similar to this, and it was about walking in the city and seeing everything that was wrong with the world perpetually. And then I saw the picture of the railroad tracks, and I thought, how can I incorporate this into that? Because it follows basically the same storyline, except she's trying, the main character that is trying to relate all of this sorrow to her own life, and in the end she ends up going back to where she started, the train tracks.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. And in this work, can you see any recent writing that you've done kind of inspire what you did in this work, or?
I actually had a suggestion from a friend when I told him that I was entering this contest. He thought that I should write like a short novel or a full book about it, and I told him that that probably wouldn't happen, but then I really started to think about it, and I thought maybe this could evolve into just a work about a troubled girl who ends up going back to the tracks just like in the story, except there's a more extended period of being able to see what's wrong in the world, maybe through experience rather than just observation. And I don't know if it'll ever happen, but if it does, I'll have somewhere to start from.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And actually that was one of the next questions I was going to ask, is what other projects are in the works for you right now?
For me, since school has started, it's mostly just writing essays. I'm taking a literature class, so that's probably going to expose me to some really amazing writing. I'm reading Catch-22 right now, and wow. So maybe that'll influence me later on.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the young writers and readers out there in Kitsap land?
I guess just try to keep your options open. Like originally I had just thought that I'd never be able to do anything other than just like the frilly little lyrical poetry, which is great, but it shouldn't be like all that you do, because that will just leave you completely limited. Try thinking about reading some darker poetry, maybe even like going to the Sylvia Plath route, or if you like lyrical writing, try Shakespeare or like other kind of lyrical sonnets, because that will like broaden both your vocabulary and your experience, which would make any other sort of writing cake.
Right. So those are words to warm a librarian's heart. Read a lot of different things, and don't be afraid to kind of stretch what you're writing yourself too. That's really awesome.